Hello everyone, Julia here, hello from Sweden and welcome to a new video. In today's video I want to show you my book and media journal and work on this journal a little bit and update it a bit because it's not very up to date. I don't update this journal very regularly, especially in summer. Somehow I didn't have much time for it. And also actually in summer I didn't read that much and didn't watch many movies or series, but now it's autumn. Autumn and winter are my favorite book and movie seasons, and I think most of the books I read in autumn and in winter during the year. Same also as movies and series. I watch a lot more of different things in autumn and winter, and I really need to update this journal. So I thought that I will film a video and will show you this journal and update it together with you. And I already showed this journal very briefly in one of my videos where I showed all my journals that I used this year, or maybe in 2 videos. But usually I don't really show this journal, also don't post it on Instagram. Somehow I always forget to take pictures of it. But yeah, today I will show you this journal in detail, and as I already mentioned in some of my previous videos when I showed this journal for the first time, this year I decided to make my book and media journal as simple as possible, and I'm using this brick notebooks from our studio. That's how it looks. This is a layout inside the notebook, and I thought that this layout is kind of perfect for tracking books and movies in a very quick and simple way, but also kind of fun way. So I use 2 of these brick notebooks, one for books and one for movies and TV series, and they are very similar. And I decorated the covers a little bit, but I think I still will add more stickers later. I add some stickers during the year. Here also, same here on this first page, also just a few stickers here, but I think I still will add a few more things here until the end of the year. And basically what I do in this journal now is I just print a book cover that it fits this size, write my rating, and that's it. And I don't do anything else. I don't journal about the books that I read this year, because somehow last year when I had my book journal, like kind of more detailed book journal, I kind of got tired of it in the end of the year, so I decided to change it a little bit, and I will leave a link to my previous book journal videos. And as I already said sometime in one of the previous videos, that probably at some point I will go back to that kind of format, like more detailed journaling about the books, especially movies and series, not so much, but especially about the books. But this year I decided to make it as simple as possible, and I have to say that I really like this format and I really like this layout for the books and movies and TV series, because it's really fun. It's very colorful with all these book covers and movie posters. I also add some stickers here and there just to decorate it a little bit. Sometimes it's a bit more, sometimes it's just a few stickers here and there. That's how it looks now. So far, I really like all these colorful covers, and I print them in quite a big size that you actually can read very well on the cover what is this book and see the cover in all the detail. And yeah, like here's always the author is visible and the book title is always visible, so I don't see the point in writing that again. Basically I just write my rating here under the book and that's it. So this is my reading progress so far, and it's kind of like an analog version of Goodreads, I would say. I really like analog things, as you probably noticed, so Goodreads is not really enough for me. I want to have my books also somewhere, like in a physical form, a list of books, even if it's something like this, just book covers and some stickers. I want to have it in a physical journal, something that I can touch, flip through the pages and look at it, because I don't really look at my book lists on Goodreads. I just add books there to track my reading progress, but I never really look back like what I read, and I think for me it's really important to have this kind of physical journal for my books. And sometimes I also print some art that kind of related to the books, something that I liked. So some of these things are some kind of art prints related to the books. And also sometimes there is a calendar, but it's also not very accurate. I also don't write any dates here, like when exactly I read this books or watched the movies, and it's not very chronological, like sort of, I would say, but not really like book after book after book, like in exact same order that I read them, or same with movies and series. So yeah, I think I kind of stopped somewhere around here. So here I already added the covers, and also I have a few more book covers here, but I didn't write my rating here, and also I still would like to add more stickers. And I have a few more books that I want to add here. So let's do it together. So first books, and then I will move on to movies and TV series. So let's finish this spread first, and what I want to do is to add some stickers around this book covers, just to decorate it a bit, some book-themed stickers, and also write my ratings here. Also, I want to add these two book covers. These are the two books that I already read in September. Okay, I think I'm done with decorating, so now I just will write my ratings of these books. And for this I will have to open my Goodreads, because I don't really remember like all the books, like how exactly I rated them. So for this purpose, Goodreads are definitely very useful. It helps to keep track of all the books. And I think I actually even missed a few. I didn't print the covers of all the books. Okay, this is the book that I am reading right now, so I won't rate it yet, and I just realized that I missed 2 more books. I just checked my Goodreads and I missed 2 books. Didn't print the covers of those, so I will do it later then and will add them here. So yeah, as you can see, it's not very chronological because sometimes I forget something and then add those books later, but I think, yeah, for now that's all what I wanted to do in the book insert. Okay, yeah, I think for now that's all what I wanted to do in the book journal. And now let's update the media journal with movies and series. So it's very similar to my book journal. It looks like this. Basically just movies and series posters and some stickers and my ratings. So yeah, some pages, as you can see, are decorated, some not really. So I need to update this definitely and add a few more things here. So I have here a few more movie posters, movies and series posters that I printed, something that I watched recently. Yeah, so let's add this stuff here. So usually in autumn I watch a lot of horror movies, horror and mystery and thrillers. So I watched a few of the older movies that I like, that sometimes I like to rewatch. And for me, usually autumn, it's always it's a mix of cute and cozy movies, like for example this movies about bugs that I watched. It was in the end of August still, but anyway, or something spooky, creepy, horror. It's usually those two. I just realized that my camera wasn't recording for some time for some reason. Just turned off and I didn't notice it. So meanwhile I just added more stickers. That's pretty much all what I did. So basically just added a few more stickers here and there, and yeah, I think now I'm kinda caught up with this journal. I still have a few empty spaces here and there, and I think I still need to rate some of the movies. Yeah, this is not done yet, so I still have to rate some of these movies, but I think mostly I'm caught up. I think now I'm caught up with this journal and both books and movies. I forgot to add 2 more books here, but I will do it later. But other than that, I think I added pretty much everything so far. So yeah, this is how my book journal looks now. And I really like this notebooks for books and media because it's super fast. You can just print a cover of the book or poster of the movie or TV series, and that's it. And it's very visual. And of course, you even don't have to decorate anything. Maybe just put a book cover and that's it. But I also like to add some stickers here. So yeah, I like that it's even more fun for me. So now I'm right in the middle of this journal. Let's see if I will finish this until the end of the year, but I think yes, probably, because in autumn I usually read a lot, so I guess I will finish it. And this is how my media journal looks now, also very fun and colorful. And I think in the end of the year, when it's finished, I will try to make a list of best movies and series that I watched and the best books that I read and share it with you. And I've been watching many things that I already watched. I like to rewatch some things from time to time. Like Sherlock, for example, I watched again, and I started to watch The Lord of the Rings. So far I watched only the first movie, but here I also want to add the other 2, and yeah, let's see, here maybe just some stickers. So I left this for The Lord of the Rings when I'm finished watching the trilogy. And yeah, many of these are quite old, so very often I just like to rewatch the same things because rather often the new movies don't really work for me, like the series more often than movies not so much. Most of the newer movies that I watched I didn't really like. Here I also still have a blank space. I will add something else here. I don't know, somehow I kind of skipped this for some reason and then forgot about it. Also watched Back to the Future, that's also one of my all-time favorites, and rewatched Stranger Things all the seasons, and probably I will do it again then, still before the last season comes out. Also watched Alice in Borderland again, because the new season will be, I think, in the end of September. So I decided that I would like to watch it again. And yeah, these are the latest movies that I watched. This is already September, and I think from the movies and series that I watched last month, most of all I think I liked Migration. That's a really cute movie about ducks. Really cool. These are quite old movies. I just watched them again because I am slowly getting into my horror and thriller mood, which usually happens sometime in September, October, like around Halloween time. And yeah, I think that's it. I also finished to watch Wednesday, second season, the second half of the second season. I'm really not a fan of what Netflix does now with popular series, that they kind of break the season in a few parts, that it doesn't come out all at once anymore, like with most series, but kind of split in half or even in 3 parts, like it will be with the last season of Stranger Things, that some episodes come out in November, then some in December, then some on New Year's Eve, and like, yeah, I don't really like that. And that also was the case with Wednesday. I think first part came out in July, and second part of the season came out in the beginning of September, and yeah, not really a fan of that concept, but well, I finished watching it and I actually quite liked this season, and I really liked the spooky, gothic, dark atmosphere of this series, and yeah, I like the characters, I like series and movies like that. And I also started to watch Saw movies. That's also something that I watch quite often, sometime in autumn, like around Halloween or in the beginning of autumn. Yeah, so that's all so far. I think I will continue to watch Saw movies and probably will finish this until the end of the year, because in autumn I also always watch more movies and series, especially in September and October, sometime around Halloween. I watch a lot of horror movies and thrillers and mystery and whatnot, and also a lot of cozy movies as well. And in December, some Christmas movies, of course. So yeah, I hope this video was interesting for you and maybe gave you an idea for your future book and movie and media journals. If you want to have a book or media journal or both, but don't really want to spend a lot of time on it, because it can be really time consuming, especially if you read a lot or watch a lot of movies and series. Yeah, so I hope this maybe gave you an idea how you can do that in a journal, like to have an analog way of documenting your reading progress and movies and series, but not to spend too much time on it, and still have some kind of journal, some visual overview of what you watched and read. I think this kind of notebooks are really great, and I actually don't think that you need a notebook like this specifically for that purpose. You can do even without this, without this layout. It's kind of comfortable, it makes it maybe a bit easier and a bit more convenient, but you also can do exactly the same in the regular blank notebook. Just put those posters, depending on the size of the notebook, you can fit 4, I think, easily. You can also, of course, print them a bit smaller if it's a smaller size notebook, but yeah, you can just do it in any kind of notebook, I think. This is A5 size, so yeah, I think it's a good size for this kind of a bit bigger posters and book covers. But I also can imagine doing this in, for example, in traveler's notebook in regular size. I just would print them probably a little bit smaller, that I can still fit 4 on one page, or maybe even 6 if you print it smaller. But I kind of like that in this journal I can print them quite big, that it's actually really visual, that you can see all the details on these posters, and you can clearly see the titles, and in case with books you can see the author and the title, and yeah, I don't need to write an author or title of the book or movie, but I can just stick this and that's it. I think it's a really fun and easy way of documenting movies and books. So I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching as always, and see you in my next videos. Bye!